scholarship today. How'd you find out you got it?
I was actually walking to go talk to a professor about getting into a class that was already closed. I guess too many people in it. And Rod called me and said, "Hey, I need you to come to my office as soon as you can." My mind immediately went to the worst thing. I was like, I forgot some kind of form. I was like, I'm gonna be ineligible this year. Just started panicking a little bit. I got up there. I walked in. He gave me a hug. He's like, "Just want to tell you congratulations. We decided, as a staff, that we're gonna put you on scholarship for this semester." And didn't cry. I almost started crying, but.
Yeah, tell me more about your reaction when you first found out.
I texted my dad and I told him that he didn't have to worry about getting the loan or everything for this semester. And so he called me right after that, and I told him, and my parents were actually on the way to my little sister's softball game. So as soon as I said it, I guess my mom overheard it, and I heard her squeal in the background, And one of the things they've told me since the day I made the team, they're happy with, regardless of if I don't want to do it anymore, I can quit. This has been a good enough experience, but I know that deep down they're wanting me to keep pushing, keep going, and everything like that. And that's what everybody always talks about, having the kind of story, everybody doubts them, no one believes in them. I feel like I've had the opposite. The second day I was on scout team, people started calling me the beast mode, all that kind of stuff. And every single player, every coach that's ever worked here since I've been here, it's just been super encouraging, and that's helped a lot.
What's it mean to you to be able to say that you have a scholarship now?
Going back to, I guess, my senior year, I wasn't getting looked at by anybody, and from a small Oklahoma town, didn't really do a whole lot, kind of moved around positions, so I didn't have crazy stats in any specific area, so I wasn't getting looked at by anybody. Going from that mindset, thinking, I'm gonna have to go walk on at a small school just to get a chance to play, to coming to OSU, one of the best programs in the nation now, and getting to be a D1 scholarship player, it's just, I couldn't have imagined it back then.
Yeah. What would your advice be to someone else who is in your position?
Just keep working. Keep your head down, and so everybody keeps telling me that I'm one of the hardest working kids out here, and I guess I don't think about it that way. I like coming out here and competing, like Coach Dunn talks about every day, coming out here competing, making the man across from you as best as you can, and I think you just gotta love it. And I think if you have a passion for it, it comes easy. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and I ran track at OBU, which was pretty difficult, but just some of the workouts and just the mental toughness that it takes to go through this program. I think if you have that and the heart and just the want to, then you can do it.
And one more, just tell us some about what this team and what this school means to you.
It means a lot, and we've been talking about the person versus the player and everything, and one of the assignments that Joel gave us was write a thank you letter to football. And one of the things I can say is, some of these kids, I went here for a semester without playing on the team. You don't know any of these players, so you just think they're big stars, like super above everybody, think they're cocky, all that kind of stuff, just because every time you do see them on campus, they're kind of get their head down, trying to get to class, not making any contact with anybody, and just being in it. You get to find out that some of these kids are one of the best people, actual people that I've ever been around. Like James Washington, you'd think he'd be a superstar kind of dude, and he's one of the better friends I think I have on this team, just because he's so real.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, congrats again. Tell me who Keegan Metcalf is and why he's deserving of a scholarship.
He is the quintessential example of what you're asking a guy to come into a program and do that's a walk-on. The walk-ons are the heartbeat of this program in a lot of ways. You can't get anything done without them. And I think the things that we ask those guys to do within our program, focus, effort, leadership, toughness, good attitude, great body language, never makes excuses, all the things that are the pillars of our program, he exemplifies. And so he's a perfect example for the guys we have and the guys who are coming in, who are asking to take that role on, that can give them the example of, it can happen. I can get a scholarship as a walk-on. It does happen. It's happened here a lot. Coach Gundy's been amazing with it. And again, we're not anybody without those guys. And so Keegan Metcalf's a perfect example.
What do you think his biggest contributions to this team are?
The things I just mentioned. He exemplifies all the things our program's about. And I think that's the important thing about anybody that's on scholarship or wants to be on it, is that you've got to have those traits within our program, minus the talent of any of our guys. Not that he's talent latent. It's just he does such a really good job with just being where he's supposed to be, having great effort, having a great attitude, and at the end of the day, it rewards itself.
And one more, just for you personally, what's it mean to you to get to be able to reward a player like that?
It's awesome. It's as good as it gets. It's the best part about probably coaching, is when you see a guy put forth that effort and get rewarded for it. There's not a better feeling for us.